What's up, everyone? Today's video is pretty exciting for me and a little nerve-wracking. I'm going to be installing navigation lights and an anchor light Bass Pond Prowler from Bass Pro Shop. I've already done a couple videos for mods for this. I already did the cart, and I also did the plugs for the back of the pontoons to drain water. I purchased it used, and there was water inside it. I don't plan on getting water anymore, but just in case, I got the plugs in there now, so you can check that video out also. But today, this is what we're doing. So what we got here, we got the panel with the switches. Got this off Amazon. It's got a USB port, and it's got the voltage meter for the battery and 3 switches. I only needed 3. One switch is gonna run the navigation lights and the anchor light. Another switch is going to run the interior lights. And at this point right now, I don't have use for the third. So I'll think of something. But so we're putting these on the interior. And obviously these are going to be the navigation. And here's my anchor light. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm a little nervous because I'm going to be drilling a lot of holes. And we're also trying to do this. All the wires are hidden, so it looks factory. I do not like the fact that I see a lot of people, they're running conduit inside the boat, or they just got wires all over the place. We're trying to make this clean as possible. So that's the plan. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's get started. All right. One of the first things you're gonna wanna do, you wanna make sure everything you just purchased works before you go slap it in the boat, and then you find out after the fact it's not functioning. So you just want to go to your battery. Obviously positive, positive, negative, negative. So first we're going to check the switch panel. Make sure everything lights up. Okay, it's reading. Battery's got 12.7. All the switches are functioning. All right. So let's move on to the navigation lights. What I need to do is I need to get wire from this end of the boat to the other end of the boat. There's styrofoam down inside there. So trying to stick something down there to run it, it just keeps hitting the styrofoam. So what I thought of is I got a piece of wire. I think it's 14 gauge. I put a nut on the end of it, and I got myself a magnet, super strong magnet. The plan is to put this through the hole and then drag the magnet along the side of the boat and try to pull it all the way through. And then when I get to the other end, drill the hole. We'll see how this goes. This was working, but it get to a point where it just couldn't pull it anymore. It was getting hung up on the styrofoam or whatever. And I don't think the surface of this wasn't strong enough to really grab this. I mean, it grabbed it, but it would break off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a bigger nut on there. And I think, if I can peel this tape off. You want to make sure you tie it off on something. That way you don't do this and then you pull the actual wire into the hole. That would suck. So look at the size difference. I think this one's really going to bite a lot better. So to do this, that should do it. I mean, it's still definitely a lot harder to pull off. So, all right, let's go. Grabbing it. So far, so good. magnet is right here at the end. Drill a hole out here for the anchor light. Next we're gonna start doing, we're gonna run these right here. Already got a spot on the, this is for the pond Prowler, the Bass Pro Shop one, Uncle Buck. These fit perfectly in here, almost like it was meant for it. Let's get going on that. Now we're gonna drill a hole into the side of the boat. Solid piece of electrical wire, Romex, 12 gauge. And I'm just gonna try to push it through with that. Shouldn't be difficult, but we'll see. As long as I don't hit anything. It took a little bit, but we got it. Pretty much you just gotta try to keep the wire straight on the way you're trying to go, obviously. And then you just gotta really wiggle it around. And that's it, man. So now we're gonna pull the wires for this front navigation light. So again, while you walk away, if you're doing this by yourself, just try to do something to prevent it from falling back in on accident. We're just gonna stab it in the old screw hole. All right, let's get the wire stripped out, cut, and ready to go. So, it's the wire I got it off Amazon. Claims to be marine grade. Let's hope so. I read reviews before getting it. People were saying it was great. It wasn't super expensive, so I don't know. But basically the marine grade is tinned. So let's strip it out, see what we got. Actually, we're gonna let's fish it. Let's fish it through first, and then we'll strip it out. Okay, we got it all taped up. Let's pull it through. I'm gonna go easy. I didn't really drill this hole that big, so I was worried about this not fitting, but as you can see, no problem. Just go slow. And we'll do the same to the other side now. Hopefully it's that easy. All right, so now we're on the other side. In case it wasn't already obvious, the hole I'm going through to pull through is just where the rod holder was. So you just take the screws out, pull it out, and you got yourself an opening to feed the wire through. Do this other navigation light right here, and let's get that done. Again, using the same technique and hoping we have no issues here. First try. It's going pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with this. I was a little worried how this was gonna go. I didn't want to start drilling holes and then finding out that this wasn't possible. But so far so good, pretty easy. All right, so let's pull the wire for this one. All right, so let's get into the wiring. I'm using these, got these off Amazon. I saw another guy doing mods to his boat. He suggested these. I saw positive and negative reviews on them. So I actually tried one out myself first, just to make sure on some scrap wire. Okay, so I'm only gonna show this for this one side because it's gonna be identical and it's pretty simple, straightforward. So first, let's get off this, just to get it going. And then just pull them apart. After that, you're just gonna strip your wire off. See how it's tinned? Or it's silver, however. That's supposedly marine grade. All right, strip both ends out. Then you wanna take your light and do the same. So you're gonna take your wire connector. You're gonna feed this wire through. And I'm gonna strip it after the fact because I don't want the wires about fringe. It'd be kind of tight getting it through there. So push it through. You can just push it all the way down and get out of the way. And then you wanna strip this end out. It is a little bit already. I just wanna clean it up, make it a little bit longer. because you're gonna have to twist these wires together. Oh, there goes the marine grade. Huh. That's copper underneath there. It's not tinned anymore. And you're gonna take these two and you're just gonna twist them. Okay. Now you need to get your heat gun and heat that up. All right, got my heat gun. I'm gonna start on low for this. So you're supposed to spin it around. Kind of difficult, again, with one hand here, but we'll just heat all around it. Again, same thing on the opposite end, or the other wire. You're gonna run that guy through, pull it down, get it out of your way. Twist these two together. Okay, just to make sure everything's good, now you want to plug her in. And we're looking good. Now let's mount this light up there. It's gonna be like that. Think it looks good. All right, we're on the other side. Just got this one all wired up. One mistake I made on the other side, I forgot to do. Kind of a dumb mistake, not a big deal though, we'll fix it. But you got this gasket or adhesive tape. I forgot to put it on the other side. And I also don't know if I did this the wrong way. Should the sticky side be facing against the light, or should it be against the surface you're going to? For the other side, I'm just gonna make a little slit right here and slide it on. It'll be fine. All right, so let's get both these installed now. If you want, you could also run a bead of the marine sealant up here too if you wanted to, and below. It's a small hole to begin with. You got that gasket in there. Plus I put a little bit in there already. All right, next we're gonna install the anchor light. Little warning, I guess, before you do all this. Last week I installed this rod holder. So when the, here, let me show you. So when the rod's installed, the plan was this was going right here. Well, that's not gonna work. I could turn the rod sideways. That way at least it's not hitting the rod when it's up. But ideally this is not what I wanted. And when I was installing this rod holder, I wasn't really thinking about this. So you want to definitely get a layout of what you're going to be doing in the future. Or if you already have that there, then you already have this issue. I also thought about mounting it on the side. This only folds one way. So I want it out of the way. I want it down, whatever. So this is the only way to really do it. I mean, you could also do it in here, but then you're going to be in the way of the motor, of the control when you're swinging it around. So this is where it's going to go. I don't want to remove that now because I had 4 holes. So again, you always want to lay this all out prior to doing it, because once you make holes in here, there's not a lot of options for patching them up. So, but this is gonna go here. I mean, I don't know the laws. I always see them on the driver's side, or we're gonna say the right side of the boat. I've never seen them on the opposite side. So I'm not even sure if you can install it over there. Honestly, do not know. I don't even know how to look that up. So let's go ahead and drill a hole here and get going. All right, so for this, I'm gonna use a hole saw. It's bigger than a 1/2 inch. I'm not exactly sure how big it is. Not much bigger than a 1/2 inch though. Maybe 3/4 inch. All right, so we got the magnet over here with the nut attached to it. I'm a little nervous going over this. But let's see what happens here. The flashlight in there, see where this wire is. Okay, it's right there. I don't know if you can see it, the nut's right there. So I'm gonna get the piece of Romex I was using to pull the other wire up front. I'm just gonna try to hook that washer. All right, so I was able to just drag the magnet over. As you can see, the nut is right there. So let me try to, I'm gonna put the camera down and try to pull this out. Awesome, I'm pretty pumped. I was able to get this underneath it, wedged it out, and boom. This was actually an awesome idea I came up with. I did not see this anywhere else. So I hope this would help a lot of people. Yeah, so now I got this through. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hook all the wires up that I'm gonna need. Anchor light, the interior lights. All right, so we're gonna start pulling wires. I added a set of wires to run the interior lights. And I'm running another set of 12 gauge wires. Start the pull. Ideally, you want some on the other end feeding them. It just goes easier. But we'll see how this goes. You want to pull, just go easy with it. I got all my wires pulled. They're labeled. Really not labeled. I just put red tape is for the interior lights. The black and the white clearly are different colors. And then the one with nothing on it was the anchor light. Let's do the anchor light. Do it the same way we did the front lights. So I got a good sized hole by the anchor light. I could probably just tack down the anchor light and be okay. Unless it's raining, water's really not gonna get in there. I'm gonna use some flex tape. I'm gonna cut a small piece, put it over that hole, and then just pretty much guarantee no water's getting in there. No water, no bugs, nothing. Because this will be stored outside during the wintertime. Off the ground, upside down, but I want to ensure that nothing really gets in here. So we're gonna go throw a piece of this on. So we're gonna cut a small piece. You really can't tear it, so. It actually doesn't cut that easily either. Okay. So Lily, you're just gonna slap that on there and that's it, call it a day. Let's hope the light covers up the tape, huh? That's it. Tack this down and we'll be all set. So to tack this down, I just went to Walmart. I got these wood screws, number 6, 3/4 inch. Should be good and plenty. If you want, you could add a dab of the marine silicone into these holes, but I think we're okay. So let's put these screws in. Remember, go slow, it's plastic. This thing will definitely crack the plastic if you crank it down too fast. So I like to get it going. I mean, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. And then just hit it with your screwdriver. Okay, so we did just a quick wire up real quick just to make sure everything's working. As you can see, the anchor light is working. You see the green and the red up front. Let's get a shot of everything here. Boom, super bright. Looking good. So this is the end of this video. We're gonna do a part 2. Part 2 is gonna be installing the switches and the panel, and then possibly the interior lights, or that may be a part 3. I'm not sure yet, but stay tuned and check it out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button. I hope this video really helps a lot of people out. It made this much easier than I expected. And it's real simple. Simple magnet and a nut, and then everything else is just, you know, splicing everything together. So thanks for watching, guys.